John was born into a low-income household in a small town. His parents, Mark and Sarah, worked multiple jobs to make ends meet. Despite their struggles, they instilled in John the importance of hard work and determination. However, they also emphasized the need for a stable career, discouraging John from pursuing his passion for music. As a child, John would often watch music videos on TV, mesmerized by the performers' talent and charisma. He tried to mimic their moves, singing along to his favorite songs. His parents, though supportive of his enthusiasm, urged him to focus on more practical pursuits. When John turned 10, he discovered a dusty old guitar in his neighbor's attic. The neighbor, Mr. Jenkins, offered to teach John the basics. John was thrilled, and his parents, though skeptical, allowed him to take lessons. Mr. Jenkins, a retired music teacher, was a tough critic. He pushed John to practice tirelessly, emphasizing the importance of technique and discipline. However, as John progressed, Mr. Jenkins began to doubt John's potential. "You're from a poor background, John," he'd say. "Music is a luxury you can't afford. You need to focus on getting a real job." Despite Mr. Jenkins' discouragement, John continued to practice, teaching himself to play other instruments, like the piano and drums. He'd watch YouTube tutorials, attend local music workshops, and join online forums to learn from other musicians. The struggle is real. As John entered his teenage years, his passion for music only grew stronger. He formed a band with his friends, and they'd play gigs at local cafes and parks. However, John's parents remained unconvinced that music was a viable career path. "You're wasting your time, John," his father would say. "You need to focus on getting good grades and finding a stable job." John's mother, though more sympathetic, shared similar concerns. "Music is fine as a hobby, John, but it's not a career. You need to think about your future." John felt torn between pursuing his dreams and pleasing his parents. He tried to balance his music with his studies, but it was an uphill battle. Mr. Jenkins, his guitar teacher, continued to discourage John, telling him he'd never make it in the music industry. Despite the negativity, John persevered. He'd sneak into local music venues, watching performances and learning from other musicians. He'd write songs, record demos, and share them online, slowly building a small following. The turning point. John's senior year of high school was a pivotal moment. He'd been accepted into a local college, studying music theory and performance. His parents, though still skeptical, supported his decision. John threw himself into his studies, determined to prove to himself and others that he had what it took to succeed in music. He formed new connections, meeting fellow musicians and industry professionals who shared his passion. One day, John met a renowned music producer who offered to mentor him. The producer, seeing John's potential, encouraged him to pursue his dreams. "You have a gift, John," he said. "Don't let anyone tell you otherwise." With renewed confidence, John began to focus on his music full-time. He'd write, record, and perform, slowly building a reputation in the local music scene. The breakthrough. John's big break came when he stumbled upon a local singing competition. Despite his parents' and Mr. Jenkins' doubts, John decided to audition. He poured his heart and soul into his performance, and the judges were blown away. John made it to the finals, and his life changed overnight. He was offered a record deal, and his debut single shot up the charts. John's parents, who had once doubted him, now beamed with pride as they watched their son shine on stage. John's journey wasn't easy, but it was worth it. He proved to himself and others that with hard work, perseverance, and a willingness to take risks, even the most discouraging backgrounds can't hold you back from achieving your dreams. The legacy. Years later, John stood on stage, accepting an award for his contributions to music. He looked out at the crowd, his parents beaming with pride in the front row. Mr. Jenkins, his former guitar teacher, was also there, a sheepish grin on his face. John's story served as an inspiration to aspiring musicians everywhere. He'd faced doubt and discouragement, but he'd never given up on his dreams. As he accepted the award, John thanked his parents, his mentors, and his fans, acknowledging the journey that had brought him to where he was today. Despite facing discouragement from his background, teacher, and parents, John persevered in pursuing his passion for music, ultimately breaking through to achieve success and inspiring others to chase their dreams against all odds. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. It always seems impossible until it's done. Don't give up on your dreams. Keep pushing, keep striving, and keep believing in yourself. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. When you feel like giving up, remember why you started. Challenges are a part of the journey. Perseverance and determination are key to success. Giving up is not an opinion. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel and join us for MRW stories. Do well to like, comment your ideas on the story, and share the story.